Although Audrey's inflexibility made her adversaries in Georgie Mandy's first marriage and young Sheldon, two of her relationships in particular were particularly tense. Audrey was positioned as the antagonist of Georgie Mandy's first marriage because of her disapproval of Georgie and Mandy's relationship, her unrelenting criticism of Mandy's beliefs, and her lack of gratitude for Georgie, who did his best to fit in with the family. Even though Audrey was frequently critical of Mandy, her most tense relationship had always been with Georgie, whom she believed was the cause of Mandy's life as they knew it coming to an end. In episodes 1 and 2 of young Sheldon and Georgie Mandy's first marriage, Audrey's incapacity to perceive Georgie's positive aspects kept coming up. Audrey dismissed Georgie whenever she could and made disparaging remarks about his speech and outlook on life, believing that she would not have attended Cece's birth in young Sheldon. The conclusion of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage episode 1 was amicable, but in episode 2, Georgie's stress caused him to snap at Audrey in particular. However, a new factor brought about by Mandy's significant credit card issue ultimately led to a truce between Audrey and Georgie. Georgie's new credit card served as the introduction to the primary plot of Georgie Mandy's first marriage episode 3, which was nearly entirely centered around the significant truth that Mandy withheld from him. In Georgie Mandy's first marriage episode 3, Mandy's significant credit card debt not only significantly altered Georgie and Mandy's relationship, but also provided a number of humorous relief moments, particularly after Georgie faced Mandy's ex-boyfriend, who owed her money. In fact, after discovering her secret, Georgie began to see Mandy less as the idealized person he had imagined her to be and more as a real person. This unavoidably altered the relationship between Audrey and Georgie as well. Georgie did the right thing by granting Mandy the assistance she needed to pay off her debt, even though she was caught off guard in the third episode of season 1 of Georgie Mandy's first marriage. Audrey wholeheartedly agreed with Georgie's suggestion to use Jim's tow truck for stranded cars because she thought it was a clever and practical idea. The fact that Audrey confronted Georgie about one of his ideas was unprecedented and revolutionary. This immediately established a ceasefire between the two adversaries, emphasizing the parallels in their aggressive strategies for improving the company while also attempting to assist Mandy. After a protracted argument, Georgie and Audrey were able to see one another's positive traits in Georgie Mandy's first marriage episode 3. Their mutual desire to make money allowed them to work together, even agreeing on Audrey's lighthearted scheme to place nails on Main Street in the hopes that prospective clients would require the tow truck and call Georgie. The short-term ceasefire between Georgie and Audrey, however, cannot last indefinitely because of Georgie's astute economic acumen and many of the traits Audrey found objectionable in Georgie. Another argument between Georgie and Audrey is inevitable because Audrey always bursts with happiness whenever the topic of Mandy and Georgie's relationship ending is brought up, regardless of whether it is due to Mandy's or Georgie's actions. Ultimately, Audrey's discovery of similarities with Georgie does not negate months of subtly disparaging him. The truce that had finally been achieved between the McAllisters and Georgie Mandy's first marriage episode 3 will undoubtedly be broken again soon due to Audrey's refusal to take responsibility for her hurtful remarks.